Hello, sweet friends. It is Wednesday. And you know what that means. It's Christ Life Chronicles Day, or CLC for short. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori, and on Wednesdays we talk about all things faith and our walk with the Lord and how we are doing for the week since the last episode. So I'm thankful to have you, and if you're coming back and watching again, thank you and bless you. Bless you all, no matter what. I hope you all are having an amazing week walking with the Lord, and I hope you are all well and all of those great things. I am doing fantastic. Integrating my goals for the new year slowly but surely and gently, and that has been working out well. My quiet times have gotten very solid and beautiful, and because there's no expectations on them. So whatever they look like, I'm enjoying. So that can be hours long, it can be a short few, however long, but it's been working out great. So my goals are getting there. My all my goals I'm working through. So the decluttering of the home is still working on that yet. I'm waiting to take down my Christmas. I'm taking down Christmas tomorrow, hopefully. All of it. I started the other day taking stuff down in my kitchen. So hopefully I can get the rest of it down tomorrow. But let me know if you all still have your Christmas trees up or your Christmas decorations, because I don't know if it's because I just enjoy them too much or I was just too lazy to take them down. I can't decide which one. So we won't talk about it. But anyhow, so I hope you all are doing well. And like I said, I've been doing great this past week. I've been doing fantastic. And I've been implementing everything that I want to accomplish this year gently and softly. And I think that is really important for me, because if I try to strip everything and do everything at once, make all these changes, it's not going to happen. So gently implementing my things, slow but sure, and they're coming right along and I'm enjoying it. So I hope that you guys, if you set intentions or goals, I hope those are going well and that you're happy with how those are turning out. And speaking of happy, I thought we would have a discussion about happiness today, because a sweet, precious friend brought this to my attention the other day, and I had gotten kind of out of the thought process of my happiness. I don't really think about if I'm happy or sad a lot. I know when things affect me. I know when I'm becoming depressed. Doesn't mean I'm not joyful. It just means I'm depressed. So, or having symptoms of depression. So I thought we would touch base a little bit, because I can use some reminding on what the difference is and what it is like to be happy and how to get that happiness. Because I think we get misled thinking that people or things or whatever it is that gives you happiness for the moment is what's going to keep you happy in your lifetime. We all know, and if you're a Christian, you know that nothing fills the void of Jesus Christ. It doesn't. So anything that you try to put in that void is just going to fizzle out. So happiness is a fleeting feeling. It's a feeling. Joy, on the other hand, is something you get from God. You can be going through the worst thing in your life and still feel joy or have joy. Whereas happiness is fleeting. So, you may not be happy in your suffering and your pain, but you can find joy in your suffering and pain. And the reason you can find joy in your suffering and pain is because of what God can do with that suffering and pain. Because while we look at suffering and painful times as a bad thing, and it is hard, and there's no way that anybody would, fault us for, complaining or being sad or having certain feelings when we're in that midst of that suffering and pain. But let me tell you from experience that if you choose to feel joy in those suffering and painful moments, it is life altering. And I suffered something in 2022 that, in all my trauma, in all my life, and I've had lots of trauma in my life, with all the trauma and all the bad things that happened in my life, I will put that moment, that time in my life, at the top of the most painful things I have ever been through in my entire life. The most suffering, painful time that I ever had. So, but in that pain and suffering, God taught me about joy. God taught me about what it meant to have joy and stability in the midst of my pain and suffering. So, I am speaking from experience, not something I got from a book, not something I heard. This is deep, guttural, heart postured experience. So when I tell you that when you're going through bad things and you focus on the things that you don't have or that are painful, and you focus on the how you feel in that moment, and that's all you can think about is your feelings, you're going to be miserable, and it's going to be long and hard, and it's going to make the situation you're in that much worse, more worse, much worse. I'm not a very eloquent speaker, so please forgive me. So, but if you choose to look at that pain and suffering in a different way, going through what I went through, I learned to be happy and joyful that he was there with me, that I had these things and these tools that he was teaching me to cope, to move forward, to lean on him. Those things kept me alive. So without him, so I want you to know that happiness is a choice. Joy is a choice. It is something you have to work at. So it's a state of mind, a perception of your life. For instance, let me put it to you this way. When we moved into my house, this is my husband's grandparents' house that we moved into. We lived in Kentucky in a 3-floor home in a really nice area, and it was a big house, lots of space, lots of room. It wasn't the nicest of houses, but it was a nice house. So we moved into this little bitty tiny house with my kids, and I just remember thinking, that I hated the neighbor. I didn't like the neighborhood, the houses being so close together, because we had an orchard in the back of our house and a big long lane, and we really weren't on top of each other. And it was when we lived in Kentucky, and it was just very nice. And in my subdivision now, we have neighbors really close, and this house is very small. I mean, it's a very small house. The rooms are very small, and we have one bathroom, and I'm thankful for that now. But it was just, I shouldn't say I was unhappy about it, because obviously financially it was way better for us. So, but the house is old and it needs lots of work, and it's not pretty in any way, shape, or form. I don't think. I mean, there's cracks in the walls. There's, the flooring in the kitchen needs to be redone because the linoleum's peeling up under the cabinets, and we've had some water damage in the walls where we had some pipes fixed, and just, I could go on and on and on and on and on. It's just, the house is not the cutest of houses. But I decided one day, instead of complaining about what God blessed me with, I was going to be happy with what God blessed me with, and I was going to love it and love on it. So I started changing how I looked at things. I started implementing decor and decorations and thrift store finds, because I was thrifting before thrifting was cool. So I started thrifting things and putting it in my home and making it feel cozy to me. And I wanted it to feel like, if it looked like a grandma's house, I wanted it to feel like a grandma's house when you walked in. I am a grandma, so there's nothing wrong with that. Now, at the time I wasn't when we moved in here, but slowly but surely I made those changes as I started feeling differently about my home and what God had blessed me with. And I started to become content. I am content with the flaws in this home. I'm content with what I have and what the Lord's blessed me with, because it is just that. It's a blessing. I could have nothing, but I do have my home. I have warm food in my stomach, a roof over my head, and clothing on my back. I have my children who are happy and healthy and strong and living their lives, and I'm so proud of them. And are they doing it the way I would want them to do it? No, I'd probably want them to have much more, or do much more, or be much more, or be something I want them to be, but they are becoming themselves. And I have planted that seed, and I can watch and pray that plant grows, that it grows in their life, and that they find their way and just, thrive. So, I think you have to perceive the things around you in a different way, instead of looking at something and going, my life doesn't look like that. Why does my life not look like that? Because it's not your life. What you're looking at, what you're watching, what you're seeing, what you're comparing yourself to is not your life. You are unique, and your experiences are unique. Your walk with the Lord is unique. It would be so boring if we were all alike. You might think of that, oh, that's cute, I would like that, or I wish I had that kind of a house, or but don't compare what you have to what other people have, because you don't know what they did to get it. You don't know what their life looks like, behind all of that. So just remember that God's giving you your blessings that fit your life. And even if you can't see those blessings because the storm is just too strong, then you need to pray for God to give you clarity on that. Give God glory even when you can't see it. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Even if you don't feel it inside, say it, because once you do something, once you start to tell him thank you, once you start to have gratitude, your mind and your heart combine, and then you end up feeling that way as well. And that's where joy comes from. That's where happiness comes from. Happiness is a feeling, joy is a state of mind. Okay. So no matter what it is that you feel like you don't have, or that, I'm going to tell you right now, I have never known what it's like to be loved by a man ever in my whole entire life. Right? I thought for a long time that I was sad and pathetic, and I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to live in this life, because what's this life worth? Nobody loved me anyways. That's what I would think. And I learned that I am looking in the wrong place for the things that I need. And I need to look up and in here to the Holy Spirit for what I need, instead of putting that responsibility on people in this world, because people are going to disappoint me. People are going to hurt me. People are going to lie to me. People are going to misinform me. I'm going to be disappointed by people. And it's okay that I don't ever know what it's like to be loved by a man, whether that's a dad, a husband, an uncle, a friend. Any man in my life, every man in my life I've ever been with, around, has hurt me, lied to me, and abused me. And do I dwell on that now? No. Does it affect my marriage now? No, because I've learned that I don't need them to love me. I need the Lord to love me. And that's the only love I need. So yeah, I mean, that's very raw for me, but it's very true that if you sit and dwell on everything that you don't have, and everything that that's coming at you, the storms that are coming at you, if you dwell on that and you think about all the negative stuff, you're going to get the negative. But if you change the perception of your mind and you say, no, okay, so I don't have any money this week. We might not have groceries, but I'm going to pray and I'm going to give it to the Lord. And I'm going to be thankful that I can go to the food bank and I can get food. I'm going to be thankful that so-and-so down the street brought me a crock pot full of soup because she knows I need the help. Or, it is all how you perceive what you have. And if you are going to spend your time giving yourself a pity party, you're going to be in a pit. That's all I can say, is you're going to be in a pit. I've done it to myself over and over again. I thought, oh, poor is me, woe is me. Why can't I ever catch a break? Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? And it wasn't until the Lord taught me slowly but surely the tools to love everything around me. It started before my experience in 2022. He started showing me things around me, teaching me to slow down. And that's a key ingredient. And I know it's easy to say and harder to do, but I challenge you, when next time you're washing dishes, or you're folding your laundry, or you're going to take the dog for a walk, or you're walking through the grocery store, or whatever you're doing, I challenge you to slow down, blink your eyes, and stare at the things that you're doing, and study the detail of the dishes you're washing, and the suds, and the water, and slow down. Not hurry and trying to get them done and put them in the dishwasher and running around like a chicken with your head. Take a moment to literally feel the warmth of the water on your hands, the intricate designs on the dishes and the spoons, the sudsing of the bubbles, and the smell of the soap. Give yourself a moment to breathe that in and slow down. And that's what he taught me. Was I was doing everything at high speed to the point where I almost would feel lightheaded because I was trying to rush through things. I drop stuff and break stuff and mess things up because I would try to do everything fast. I was trying to get from one point to the next. And that was because my career was that way. My job was that way. I spent my whole job trying to go as fast as I can because that's what was expected of me. And it was killing me. And it was mentally killing me. And once I started listening to that voice tell me, slow down, pay attention, look around, I would go out for walks and I would notice the buds on the trees in the spring. I never knew trees had these little flowers on them that come up before the leaves come out. You guys might. I didn't. And I spent my time in nature when I was a kid. But I didn't know that. It'd been so long since I'd slowed down and been a part of it instead of just watching it whiz by and my life go by and burning up in flames because I was trying to hurry for everybody. And I'm going to tell you, that was one gift that I will never trade. And that began my journey to peace like no other, peace beyond understanding. And I spent a whole spring just picking flowers and watching things grow and enjoying the change of the seasons and just looking at life so much different, almost like it was so magical. Like my life is so magical. I get to go out and see all the beautiful snow on the ground as it glistens in the sun, and the crisp smells and the smell of the wood smoke from people's fireplaces and wood burning stoves, and that brings back memories, and just soaking things in that I never had before. And it created so much happiness and joy and peace in my life that I no longer live in fear, or I no longer live in that anxious, fast, I got to hurry up and get everything done kind of mentality. Because I don't want to rush my life away. It's this big. My life is this big compared to eternity. And I don't want to miss a minute of it. You know what I mean? Not a minute. So I've decided that being in the moment is more important to me than getting things done. Because I'm pretty sure when it's my time to go, I'm not going to be wishing that I had done more laundry. And I'm not going to be wishing that I had gotten more promotions at work, or that I had, acquired more things. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be on my mind. So evaluate your life around you and go outside, take a walk, look at the trees, look at the grass, smell the air. Slow down, wash your dishes slowly, fold your clothes slowly. You will find that it gives you happiness and peace, because you'll get this warm feeling of, wow, I'm blessed, even though I don't realize that I'm blessed. And that creates joy and gratefulness. It creates a content mind and heart. And I think that not expecting people and things to bring you happiness is the key ingredient, because nobody's life looks the same, and nobody's life looks like it does from the outside. We don't know what somebody else's heart is going through, what their lives are like, and how they feel. They might look at your life and say, wow, I wish I had that. You never know. But it's important to know that we are unique in our lives, and we are all different, and we are all blessed in different ways and are on different journeys and different walks with the Lord. And it looks differently to everybody. That's why we should never judge somebody else's walk with the Lord or try to push what we know or what we think they should do, because God knows what they should do. Should we correct somebody that's in sin? Like, or say something? I think so. I think another Christian, I think those who know the Lord and are walking with the Lord, when they fall, I think we should be there to help them get back up. Not critical, not mean, but lovingly, we should help them get back up out of that sin. But I don't think we're here to judge. I don't think we're here to put blame on anybody for anything they do, because they have to learn in their time, and God works all things out to his glory. So he knows the timing that people need to see things, and he knew just the timing that I would need him. So he was there from the time I was 9 all the way through my whole life, and I can look back and see his hand in every single thing that ever happened to me, good or bad. So just remember that happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. Choose to see the good. Choose to see the positive. Choose to enjoy the things that God has blessed you with, from creation and vision to hearing and smelling, to taste your food, to warm clothing and a roof over your head, to a child that you love and cherish, to, whatever it is. Choose the positive. Because if you always go around thinking, I don't have this and I don't have that, and I wish I had this and I wish I had that, and nobody loves me, that's not true. That's not true. I love you. God loves you. And I wish I could wrap my arms around all of you and show you how much, squeeze your little necks, but I can't. So squeeze yourselves for me. But I rambled in this episode today, and I am sorry if it didn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I don't script these. I just talk from the heart and what God's put on my heart and what he's told me. I don't really have a scripture for this today. It was just more of a being aware that some people struggle in the areas that I used to. And one more quick thing too is I don't suffer with anxiety like I used to. I have racing thoughts, and I will have physical anxiety issues, but that's just because I have thyroid disorder, and it makes my heart palpitate, and I have to find things to relax my body to bring my blood pressure down. But as far as worry, I don't worry about anything anymore. Not a single thing. I don't worry at all. And I was queen of the worriers before 2022. Well, I should say more 2020 and so on, but the major portion was 2022. The major lesson was 2022. So, and I have written down those. God gave me a whole evening of just sitting out, pounding out that the basic outline of my testimony from that year, and it is coming up. I am going to be filming it. It's going to be I'm trying to decide whether to do it in several pieces, which I probably will, or if I should do it in one whole, just long video. I think the video would be extremely too long, so it may just be a series that I put up. But I think that my story might benefit people. At least I hope so, because it's encouraging for me, and it's my story. So anyhow, I'm going to quit chatting. I'm going to let you all off here. I hope you made it to the end, because if you didn't, you're going to miss some things. And I hope you made it. I hope you made it, because I know people tend to click out early when I'm sitting here blabbing. But please, if anything, watch this if you can. My challenge to you is what I said. Slow down. Slowly wash your dishes, or rinse your dishes and put them in the dishwasher. Slowly do those tasks, and look at the beauty, the textures, and the feel of the water and all that stuff. Do that. That's my challenge for you for next week. And I'm going to be asking next Wednesday if y'all did it. So do your homework. slow down, give yourself a minute, whatever you're doing, and enjoy something that wouldn't normally be joyful. You know, you wouldn't think, oh, I'm excited to wash dishes or vacuum or do laundry or take the dog for a walk or, you know, whatever it is. My nose is trying to run because I'm freezing. Sorry. But excuse me. I've also had some terrible heartburn too. So anyhow, I'll let you go. Remember, live a quiet life, work with your hands, mind your own business, love God, and love others. And that's all you need. I love you so very much, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I will see you in the next one. Okay? Bye, sweet friends. Bye.